Look, we have spoken at great lengths about trends and processes in the SEO sections, but to keep it very simple, let me put it like this. The only ranking factor and data that Google will need in local is RankBrain and the Google Business Console. All those local citations which can be easily acquired and manipulated, well, they already have little to no value to Google, regardless of what citations companies tell you. All those million backlinks, well, we spoke about it already. The bar is already too high for the local SEO business owner to get links that really matter. And of course you'll say, yes, but local links from local businesses will still matter. And yes, they do matter at this point in time, more than the generic links offered through packages like Buy Local, Moz Local and other similar services. But in the end, they can still be manipulated, which takes us back to the point I make over and over again. If you can impact or manipulate a ranking factor, expect the value of that factor to decrease over time to the point it does not matter anymore. This includes backlinks, keywords, at least in the traditional way, and so on. Generally, any signal outside Google's own properties is open to manipulation in Google's eyes, which is why the single and most important local SEO ranking factor will and already is your Google business profile. This is because Google has complete control over your profile. Hence, RankBrain can already and will only improve its ability to determine with a high level of unbiased accuracy the best local result to the user. To make this point even more clear, let's discuss another important ranking factor, reviews. Firstly, I need to point out that reviews are in fact part of the Google business profile, which means that Google's algorithm can continuously improve their ability to learn and dismiss fake reviews. In fact, several algorithm updates already started to close in on black hat practices like reviews posted using proxies and similar stuff. I know websites that had these practices in place for many years, and in a couple of days following algorithm updates, Google wiped out thousands of their fake reviews. The thing is, most SEOs do not stop to reflect on this, but if you reach this point of the course, you'll already be aware of the argument I made on the curve of AI progress in the Stadium example. For years, SEOs and webmasters used black hat methods, and for years Google's algorithms have been trying to dismiss it. SEOs continued believing in the status quo that the algorithm will not improve and will not catch them. Just like the Stadium analogy, for 45 minutes the Google Stadium was empty, and then in what seemed to be an overnight success, the way Sam Walton called it, in only 4 minutes the Google Stadium filled in. The algorithm updates were launched and game over for many of these black hat review generation practices. This is a very clear example of incremental advancements and improvements in RankBrain's journey to AI. On the other side, you still hear SEOs talking about improving their reviews profile on websites like Yelp, Facebook, Trustpilot and many others. The assumption is, once again, that this will improve your local signals and subsequently your Google rankings. The reality is that even now it's actually very hard to assess the impact of reviews on websites outside Google's control. But make no mistake, Google has no control over the reviews process on Yelp, Foursquare and others, which means you can be sure that these do not matter as much as local SEOs make them to be. Sure, you still see reviews from these platforms displayed in your Google business profile. Google is, after all, trying to provide as much value as possible to users. But this does not mean they are ranking factors. There is a more subtle or not so subtle challenge to Google with the dismissal of third-party cookies. Basically, Google is now losing its ability to gain granular data on properties outside its universe. So the solution is a shift from sending traffic to those third-party websites to keeping users on Google. This is a hugely important step, and we discussed it in the first-party data section. But for the purpose of our local SEO conversation, the effect is that Google will aggressively push the adoption of Google business profiles where it can gain access to first-party data. Look, let me keep this very simple. Stop focusing your efforts on stuff that already matters very little. Local SEO is and will become easier and easier to the point that any non-technical business owner or entrepreneur will manage it on their own. I like how Abigail Lowe describes the impact of Google search generative experience models at local level. I quote, "So, what is Google search generative experience? Put simply, say goodbye to hairdressers near me, say hello to men's hairdressers offering traditional wet shave and trim package in Boston. The snapshot returned to the searcher is designed to offer a comprehensive, detailed response to the user query, no matter how complex the question, within reason of course, But hey, who are we to doubt Google? In brief, allow SG to crawl your website and they will personalize responses for every user. No need for you to get concerned about optimizing for hairdressers near me, really. Just optimize the heck out of your Google business profile, get obsessive about providing the very best value and information to your local searchers via your profile, get a genuine Google reviews process in place, and forget about the backlinks, reviews on other websites and similar practices. This will free up time, allowing you to focus on more critical things like what value will I add to my clients when local SEO will ultimately be dismissed as a profession? What skills do I need to acquire right now to stay relevant in the future? And what mindset do I need to adopt? And so on. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next session.